I want to change the pace. I want to ask you about commentating, man. You one of the best.
Well, thank you very much.
Did you have to go to school for that or some shit?
No, but I started off, you know, when the UFC signed with Fox in 2012, they started having some of the fighters doing the pre-fight show and the post-fight show. And I would sit at home and see like the other fighters doing it and talk so much shit, but like, oh, these guys are terrible. I don't know why they don't have me.
Honestly, some of my favorite times watching him and Dominic Cruz just bicker on the
set. Oh God, Cruz he's a little bastard. Anyway, but so then eventually I got my shot to do it, but it's a lot different when you're sitting in a big studio and there's directors and all the rest of it, and they're like talk and you're like, So I didn't know how hard it was, but I did that for about 7 years. So you slowly but surely, you know, because at first they couldn't understand the word I said, you know, so like if I'm talking here, then when I'm commentating or whatever, I kind of change my voice a little bit. I overpronounce my words and stuff. That's why a lot of English people give me shit for having an American accent. Yeah, I don't have an American accent, but people need to understand me.
Do your kids got an American accent yet?
Yeah, they do. Lucas, full on. Callum and Ellie, my older two, depending on who they're with. Like if they're speaking to us, English. If they're with their friends, American.
Were they all born in the U.S.?
No, all in England.
All in England. But do you live in the U.S. full time now?
Yeah, been here for 13 years.
Wow. Hey, I still remember the funny joke you told me about when Colin first came here. He was ordering at the restaurant.
Oh, come on, which one?
And
yeah.
the fucking knife. You want to tell Barry that?
Yeah, no. He's only a kid, and you know you need a knife and fork, you know. And he would say, well, with his accent, he'd say, "Excuse me, can I get a fucking knife? Can I get a fucking knife?" And I'm like, "Son, you gotta stop saying that because it sounds like saying, can I get a fucking knife? Can I get a fucking knife?" I was like, "Knife and fork."
That's incredible.
Never change that.
One thing I wanted to ask you is, you're so legendary now for commentating and being an amazing analyst. I would say you're probably the best in the game right now. And the way you talk about fighting, your podcast, everything you do in media, you did a beautiful transition. Amazing career. You win a belt, no pun intended. And then you go on and, you know, you have more success after fighting. And a lot of fighters, Luke, Rampage, TJ, a lot of guys are here on the JAXXON podcast doing the same now. Yeah. He's still competing. Rampage is going to be boxing soon. But it seems like you were able to hang up that chapter and start the next one seamlessly. But you made a career at a talking at the loudest levels to some people and really pissing people off. And I feel like people loved it about you, right? Love or hate it, you made fighting amazing.
They didn't initially, but go on, sorry.
Yeah, no, and then I know that you had that initial wave, maybe didn't like it, and then it turned, right? And then people love that because you put on a good show. Who did you have the hardest time trying to piss off?
Oh God, I have no idea. George St. Pierre was pretty unfazable, to be honest. But in going back to what you just said there, is because of my eye. I was very lucky because as fighters, you just focused on fighting. You know what I mean? And you don't look past that. You think, I'm good. This is going to last forever. Because fighting, you've got to be all in. But with my eye, I always knew I was on borrowed time. Every single fight I had, they could discover it just by saying, how many fingers? You know what I mean? So I was trying to do everything I could. That's why I started doing the podcast. That's why I started doing all the work on Fox. That's why I started trying to do more acting work, and you know, which is hard to come by. But you know what I mean? Started diversifying into as many different areas because I thought, I'm done.